A very controversial issue of sanctuary cities is pitting the new Tennessee House Speaker against the mayor of Nashville. That's where we'll start on News Channel 11 at 5:30. I'm Josh Smith.
I'm Sarah Diamond. The two see the state law banning sanctuary cities very differently. State Capitol Newsroom reporter Chris Bungard spoke with both of them today.
Tennessee House Speaker Cameron Sexton up here is pushing back on an executive order by Nashville Mayor David Briley.
What he's saying is telling law enforcement not to comply with state law and federal laws.
Nashville Mayor David Briley issued an executive order September 3rd urging repeal of House Bill 2315, which drew Capitol Hill protests last year before it became law. The bill bans sanctuary cities in Tennessee, requires law enforcement to comply with immigration officials, and allows the withholding of state economic development funds if there are violations. Briley's order also said all Metro employees should know that they will not be disciplined by this city or their superiors for failure to comply with requests from Immigration and Customs Enforcement unless required by state or federal law or by court order. The Republican speaker says the Democrat mayor has gone too far. He says state lawmakers may look at withholding other state money from Metro Nashville beyond several $1 million in economic development funds.
So we feel compelled to look at the entire budget and see if he continues to go down this road, do they need to keep all 15 to 18% of what they get from the state in their budget?
That percentage could be several $100 million and would need new state legislation to penalize Nashville. Mayor Briley dismisses the potential action.
We were first very careful that the executive order didn't violate any state law. And so the people of Nashville don't need to be worried about losing any state money.
Nashville's mayor echoed some of the concerns of those who opposed passage of the anti-sanctuary city ban, things like some undocumented parents afraid to go to schools or even hospitals with their kids for fear they might be apprehended by immigration officials.
We have to do everything we can to make this a safe, stronger, more educated city, and 2315 just stands in the way of that.
Of course, this issue could all go away Thursday if Briley is not re-elected mayor in a runoff election. Reporting from the state capitol, Chris Bungard.